Oh, what the fuck? Twitter is fucked up.
Hey, guys. And then AP's coming right behind me, I think. Hey, Matt. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. We are live on the podcast that the Geaux Team actually hosts. We're 15 minutes late, but we're here tonight on March 1st, 2026. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
Good. I think AP's stuck in the transit somewhere between here and there. It's like the old Star Treks when they had the transponders or whatever they called it or whatever. Like, I didn't know. AP.
Yes. So we are here tonight. We are out of YouTube jail for the first time in a week.
Let's go.
Does that mean that Zombie has to chat?
Zombie, you have control of everything for a while now, huh? This is your other episode? Third episode? No.
No, it's more than that.
Fourth. We are so back. Chet, welcome back to the program. We haven't had Chet in a while because we have been banned for a while here from the great YouTube that we are on. Zombie Bob, how are you tonight?
Excellent. AP is stuck in he's stuck somewhere in the, I don't even know what the right word to use. Is that
the transatlantic cable?
The transatlantic cable. What's your email?
So we've got David with us tonight.
Not just David.
David is the most popular man in LSU media.
100%.
No, Johnny still exists.
The hardest working.
Well, he was just telling me.
No, Johnny still exists.
We were still, well, that is true. The second hardest working man. Because me and David were sitting here twiddling our thumbs for 15 minutes. Talking about, wait, what?
You should have texted me.
We have a start time at 9 o'clock. We've been doing it for a long time now.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. This is the first time we've done a crossover.
And why am I not surprised it took forever to get switch over?
Because I was talking Saints football.
But we host the podcast here at 9 o'clock every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Right.
So, David, me and David were talking about how he is now BFFs with Chip's BFF, Chip's favorite LSU sports media personality, Hunt Palmer. Chip, how do you feel about Hunt Palmer?
I mean, I think he is. How can I be nice about it? I think he has a lot of ability. He doesn't live up to his potential.
Chip's, I was telling David, and this is a bit between me and Chip. I was telling David that Chip likes Hunt when it comes to baseball and respects everything he does with baseball. Chip's issue with Hunt is that once the basketball team started sucking, he just quit his weekly podcast and moved on. Is that fair to say, Chip?
Well, yeah, he knows basketball though, and he just doesn't even talk about it.
Yeah, so you're saying he doesn't live up to his potential because he quit doing his weekly, which was a really good podcast, by the way. Hoops with Hunt, right?
Yeah, it was great, and he knew what he was talking about. He knows the game, and I like what he says in football too. I think he is told what to say, and he obliges. I got it. You got to put food on the table. You have kids. I get it. But man, why can't we talk about the basketball team? It's the worst thing in the history of LSU sports. Quite possible.
But as far as Hunt's coverage of LSU baseball, it's phenomenal. He may be one of the best ones out there. Am I right, Chip?
Yeah, he's great at it. But
he's great.
Yeah.
And we've got AP here to the show as well.
Finally out of the shadow realm.
The shadow realm. I couldn't think of. I was saying the old Star Trek. Where they did those transponder things, and you're like, woo, somewhere mixed in between there.
So, David, tell me about your interaction with the LSU media. The LSU media, because, for so long, I'm going to frame this question. For so long, we have had, we've been critical of some of those guys. And especially when it comes to the stuff that they've said about our lack of reporting with a specific football injury. I think all of us in this show have been critical of that. But David, how did those guys? How was your interaction with those guys this weekend?
Excuse me. Everybody was fantastic. Like I don't know what I expected. That like I wasn't like surprised necessarily that everyone was so nice, but I mean, just more outgoing everybody was than I expected. I mean, because when you think about it, I mean, like I guess maybe this is more of a thing in professional sports, but I mean, it's competition when you really look at it. You know, everyone's looking for the viewership, the clicks, or whatever. But I mean, everybody's like so cool. Between Cokie Riley, Glenn West, Corey Diaz, Hunt Palmer, John Eads, like everybody I interacted with, over this weekend were just so incredibly helpful, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, it was the first time here and all, and everyone helped me. Anything I needed, all of them were great. It made me feel a lot more comfortable between both days.
So as much as we've talked negatively about those guys and their reporting, they're actually good guys, is the moral of the story.
Hunt was a great guy. He introduced myself to him today. He said, we chatted through the game and all, and then I just sent him a message after, just saying thank you. I appreciate, I said this is the first time I've ever had something like this, any sort of credential, and I said I appreciate you, entertaining me, picking your brain a little bit, and sent a kind message back saying it was good to see me there, hopes to see me more, and then gave me his phone number and said if I need anything, never hesitate to ask him. And I really appreciate that.
See.
All right, David, you know the movie Almost Famous? What's Goldie Hawn's daughter's name?
God, I can
Kate Hudson. Right. So
Kate
then the young guy is like a 15-year-old reporter he gets a gig with Rolling Stone, and he goes. So it's semi-autobiographical, however the hell you say it. But he goes out on the road and he's following this fictitious band, Stillwater, and the band kept saying to each other like he's the enemy, like he can't become friends with the enemy. So I mean, my question to the four other guys on this, I mean, have we already just lost David to the other side, to the dark side of the LSU sports guy?
The enemy.
Nah, he's a traitor. He's an infidel.
it just goes to show, like, we do view those guys as traitor. Not traitor. No. We view them as and it's like, at the end of the day, they're really not bad guys.
Right. Like, personally, they're not. Yeah, personally, like, especially I've met Hunt personally before. Like, like David said, he's a really, really nice guy. He's very genuine, and like he will talk and interact with you. He's very courteous and he's very knowledgeable, and he's also really tall. But when it comes to Hunt is tall. Hunt's like 6'4".
Well, when he's standing next to Glenn West, then he doesn't look as tall anymore.
Yeah, because Glenn West is like 6'9",
Glenn,
right?
Yes, like Glenn is huge. Yeah, Glenn is huge. But when it comes to them doing the job that's expected of them to do, that's two different animals. Like, I can still like you as a person and still think that you suck at doing your job. It's not a personal attack on you. It's just a critique of your work. And a critique is not a personal attack. You're in a public forum. Your job will be judged based on how the public receives the information that you're presenting. Plain and simple.
Yeah, and it's like my biggest complaint with them is they're too busy being friends with, like, okay, so I saw Jock and I forget who else responded to your tweet, AP. It was like, well, we asked him the question. But you knew he was fucking lying to you. Like, and I guess my beef isn't necessarily with like Jacques Doucet, who's a television reporter. Like a television reporter.
Television is different.
Yeah, you have a 2-minute segment. You can't really.
You can't elaborate on something.
Like what we're doing right now. You can't do it. But it's the radio guys that we all fall back on. That is really the beef that I have.
Right.
Same.
Everybody has a favorite dead horse, right?
Yeah, mine used to be good. That's the problem. So I know they have the ability to be good.
All right, David, I do want to say and circle back to you. I'm wearing my I'm Live T-shirt in honor of you because doing some pre-show prep work and such. Yeah, I'm live follows David on the Twitter machine. So I was going to change. I'm like, I don't know if this is the right T-shirt to wear on the podcast tonight. And then like one of the first names that are listed, that we share in common, it's I'm live. So I'm like, oh, I'm keeping the shirt on and wear it in honor of David because seriously, David, we're joking about, oh, they were actually nice to you. It's fantastic that you've gotten this opportunity, and you, in my opinion, and I'm sure everybody else is here, you've just taken it and run with it. Like your articles are so well written, the format, the information in such a concise but yet informative way. You're co-hosting with Zach on a podcast. You've been with AP's pod, and guest hosted on there. I guess a contributor, with us. You're posting on the Geaux Team's website, in the Nose website. There's probably 3 or 4 of the podcasts a week that you're doing that isn't AP and isn't us and all that, and you're killing it, man. We're very, very happy for you, and
absolutely,
so. So, all right. More importantly, what's the is it an all you can eat cheeseburger bar that they have set up in the press box, or hot dogs?
Hot dogs and nachos.
Okay, we got.
Do they have chili and cheese?
And jalapeno peppers available
cheese.
as well.
I didn't see that. I didn't see either one of those.
Again,
but you can get the nacho cheese.
Okay.
All right, I got a question.
Okay. All right.
I got a question. This is for everybody. How do you feel like when you get nachos at a concession stand and like there's a table like on the opposite side of the concourse?
Yes, 20
that
feet
has
away.
the condiment 20 feet away, and they just got a jar of jalapenos up there. How do you feel about that? Do you touch the jalapeno?
I don't wear contacts, so I'm putting my whole hand in there.
There's somebody that you're probably related to.
Somebody's actually done that.
Somebody that you're related to.
Well, somebody I'm related to, somebody you're not claiming that probably does.
Yeah,
that.
back when I used to have a mother, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Chip. How do you feel about because you're a jalapeno guy? Do you reach in the jar and get the?
Y'all don't understand why I'm like falling out of my chair right now, because me and Zombie, we had lunch on Friday.
4 hours.
He told me. He said, and I'm quoting him, okay? I guess this is a word for word quote. I called my mother-in-law mom because that's, the only person I could refer to as a mom, but now I call my mom dad.
For the record, me and Zombie Bob have different moms. I feel like I got to put this out there.
Yes. Please clarify. Please clarify. Like, they are legitimately blood related, but they do not have the same mom. Yeah. Daniel's mom is alive and well.
And
Zombie
lovely.
even and Zombie even will go see Daniel's mom and say that her best looking son is now present. I'm telling you, I got the full background. And when he said that, me having talked to Zombie Bob for so long, for so much in a short amount of time, I knew his mom was still alive. Like, it was not.
I clarify all the time on the program, because he'll say when I used to have a mom, and I'll have to tell him, like, Zombie, for the audience, your mother is.
I've heard that on previous streams. Because
everybody's gonna think his mother is dead, deceased.
Oh, she is.
Feel sorry for him. No, she's
no
dead,
need to feel
but
sorry.
just to you.
Right.
Wait. One last question. We'll move on from this topic. Zombie, which sibling in this chat or in this show right now went to your mother's house for Christmas?
You.
Wait, I'm this way on my. Wait,
I was about to say
on
on mine. Daniel is like there, like
Are we doing the Brady Bunch thing?
Yeah,
we're doing
I'm
the Brady
here,
Bunch right now.
on this five top, you're to my. As I'm looking at it, you're to my left.
Yeah, you're pointing at David on mine. You're pointing at David on mine.
So then now am I pointing at Daniel?
Yes. Now you're pointing at
Daniel.
There you
Right there.
Yeah, actually, I think it flips the camera. So am I pointing at Zombie Bob?
No, you're pointing at nothing.
No.
You're pointing at nothing now.
Nothing.
You're pointing at nothing.
Now we know. Now we know.
Yeah.
So if I want to point this way.
Yeah.
Because
we
my
could each
hat
take
is
turns
backwards.
pointing.
Hey, I got a hat like
Yeah,
that.
so when you look at yourself, you're seeing it in reverse. But
Yes.
You see, and I would say
like on the
this is
camera, if you look at the camera, you see it right. Like on the screen.
This is the perfect configuration, the five of us, because I'm smack dab in the middle of the top. So I'm like, this is in prime time right here, man.
He did. He put him in the penalty box like I did Chip earlier. He put him in the penalty box like I did Chip earlier.
Well played. There we go. Oh, now we're Right.
Oh, there we go.
There was so many times, and I know we want to talk to
Punished.
David. I know David's had a long weekend at the stadium.
He can move it back. By the
This
way.
is
doing
great,
right
yeah.
and everything. But Friday, there were so many times that AP and I were just talking, and I know of the movie Step Brothers, but I've not seen it. But like, did we just become best friends?
Yes,
And
literally.
we had that moment like 3 or 4 times,
Like so many
for our
times.
lunch, right? Yeah, 100%.
I didn't get a chance to say it, although of all the people I met Friday and today, I didn't even get to say who my favorite person I met over the weekend was, and that's my guy, Mr. AP. Got to meet him in the flesh this morning, and
I thought you were going to say
it
Cokie
was-
Riley.
Cookie's up there, but AP's my guy.
Man, thank you,
I-
David.
I-
Like,
that was
All
a
right, Daniel,
curveball. I
penalty
didn't see
box, penalty box.
well, he hasn't met
I
you in
didn't meet
person
you.
yet.
David,
He didn't meet you this weekend.
I didn't meet you.
I thought you don't have a Zombie Bob tattoo anywhere yet, David. I already got a David
I can't
tattoo.
show you where it is.
No, DM, zombie, DM.
Daniel, you know what my DM tattoo is? AP does. I even told him I had flavor crystals injected into it.
Hey, real quick, put me in the penalty box. Not yet, but I'll say something to get put in the penalty box real quick. My favorite player on the commies was the VC, the Viet Cong looking dude. Loved him. He's my favorite player. You put me in the penalty box. He's like their third batter. He's like this 5'8" little Asian dude.
Oh,
you talking
Oh, I
about
forgot
Dartmouth?
we were calling the Dartmouth. I
oh, you
forgot
talking
we
about
was-
Dartmouth? Oh,
It
yeah.
took
I was
me a
like,
minute.
what?
Yeah, it took.
Yeah. We all
forgot
like,
I thought we were
huh?
talking about the war in Iran. Or
Yo, they're
something.
Say, I was like Viet Cong. Like we fighting China now. We back.
Yeah,
we back to
we
Vietnam.
We're in the Middle East right now, man.
I just need to get put in the penalty box for a second. I'll be
No,
back.
you're good.
No, he needs to step away. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to
Yeah.
legitimately get put in.
Yes.
oh, it's out.
Yeah, he did. No, he's literally taking off his headset. He must have had to pee or something. All right, so let's talk real LSU baseball stuff here. We're gonna go. My first question is to our LSU baseball expert. So here we go.
Insider. Insider.
Yeah, insider. Expert. So my first question is for our LSU baseball expert, Zombie Bob. Would you rather win a game 3-1 or 11-9?
We talked about this earlier.
3-1. I mean, like,
Good job.
look at the staff that.
Yes.
I'm saying pitching staff. Look at the staff he has assembled. Look at the roster. Jay Johnson and David. We talked about the low scoring games this weekend when we started the 8:00 hour with AP, and would you rather win a baseball game 3-0, or would you rather win 12-10? Of course the fireworks are entertaining and sports worthy, highlights and such like that. But no, like if you've got this kind of staff shutting down opposing teams, and correct me if I'm wrong, but twice this weekend we only needed 2 guys to do the whole complete game. Now the middle game we had some issues with middle relief or later relief or whatever, but the bats will come around, but the pitching is just, Schmidt the last 2 weekends is just insane. Gavin Guidry's got 3 wins already, and like his ERA and Daniel's college GPA are about the same, so it's like 0.1,
2.5?
No.
Mine was 2.5001.
That's right. That's right. Hold it down, Daniel. Hold it down.
I know exactly what it was because it was a 2.5 you had to have to receive your degree. And I was sweating that last final. And so whatever, it was like literally, I think I had to get a B on the last final. If I got a C, then I wouldn't have been. I had enough credits, but I didn't have the GPA. I would have had to go back another semester and just take bullshit classes. And I still have that recurring nightmare.
That was always
where I have to go back for another semester and take bullshit classes. But in my dreams, in my nightmares, I'm 40 years old, and everybody's like, "What are you still doing here?"
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah,
so 2.5001. I know that.
Okay, there you go.
Congratulations. Hats off to you.
You should get
Hats off to you, Daniel.
But David, seriously,
C's get degrees, man.
They don't ask you what your GPA was in college.
Sure don't. You know what they call a doctor with a 2.5 GPA?
A doctor.
Right.
Yep.
What are they?
Sorry,
so I guess
went
I
off
have
on a tangent.
No.
I got a Bachelor of Arts, so I guess they called me a badass, right?
Yeah.
See, a BA?
They called you. You know what they call you?
Zombie hated that.
No.
They call you a graduate.
Would it surprise anyone listening on the podcast, in the chat, that knows me in real life or on this space, as AP says, would it surprise you that mine is a BS? I have a Bachelor of Science, but is a BS,
apropos,
right?
sir.
Right.
Apropos.
Oh my God.
Sir.
Do you have a doctorate in that?
Well, I was.
He could write. He could write it. He's the one that created it.
He's got a thesis, right?
AP found
Absolutely.
out the origin story of the name of my trucking company, and when I tell you, this man cracked up. When I said, David, I apologize that it
doesn't have to be good. It's just got to be cheap.
Daddy, who would eat that kind of shit?
It doesn't have to be good. But then the best
David,
part was
when we get
together,
I'll fill you in on all this bullshit. No,
I got 3 words. I got 3 words real quick, zombie. 3 words.
I know what they're coming.
Peanut butter Nutella, baby. Peanut butter Nutella, baby.
I apologize, guys.
I'm sorry, y'all. You shouldn't have inside jokes. We will let y'all in on that after the show. For the chat, that's not for y'all. This is 4 hours with Zombie Bob. 2 thumbs up.
We sat, David. I'm sure it was like that for breakfast with y'all. We sat and talked for an hour.
We would have if David didn't have to go to work.
I was very bummed out. I had to leave, but it was still fun.
All right, but seriously, going back to Daniel set me up with this question. It was tongue in cheek last week when I was upset with Jay Johnson losing the Holy Cross of New Orleans. The expectations for this program are higher. But, we were talking about and ranting about Brian Kelly, the former head coach at LSU football. But, David, I would think that Jay Johnson is a whole lot more of a straight shooter than Brian Kelly. Y'all were delayed. Was it last night and today or just today's press conference?
Just today.
Because he was out there chewing ass. They were Zach York and who else were in the bat cages at 10 o'clock last night?
Milam.
Milam,
so they were
right. So
last night.
To just speak to that, he's not happy with their performance. He's not I mean, the pitching's outstanding right now, but he's confident it's going to come around. I think he cited, and Chip and Danny, you guys and AP, I don't know, but that he cited, slow starts in the last couple of seasons that he's been here. That it's today's March 1st. It's the evening of March 1st. So it'll work itself out. We're 11-1. Guidry's got 3 wins. Pitching staff looks great. Everything will fall into place. In Jay we trust. My bullshit aside.
Or it's going to be, like I said a week or two ago, that this is kind of reminiscent of the 2010 team. Year after a national championship, hot start, but now we're having those close wins like that 2010 team did. And so that 2010 team was super talented too, but it just couldn't quite put it together. So that was my fear a week or two ago. That's still my fear. That's still my fear right now. This weekend reminded me of the 2010 team.
All right, so David, speak on that if you would.
And I know it's too early to panic, but you got to be There's concern, and there's legitimate concern about because the bar is so high. Let me frame that before I like the bar is College World Series national championship, and like that's what comes with LSU baseball is the super high expectations. So when I'm saying this, I mean a team that won't make it to Omaha, but still be a top 10 team in the country. So it's all relative.
Yeah. I think the main difference between those two things is that one was coached by Paul Maneri and one's coached by Jay Johnson.
Thank you.
In terms of hitting.
Thank you. And look, Moose even said in the chat.
Yeah. Like, not that Paul was a bad coach, but he's not the hitting coach that, we've talked about it. Like, Paul's mentality was like, hit the ball on the ground and be fast.
That 09 team mashed. And that 2010 team mashed. Paul is very reminiscent of Les Miles because at a certain point in their career, they changed who they were. And what year was it with Alex Bregman? We went to Omaha and they switched from Rosenblatt to TD Ameritrade. And then the wind was blowing in one year, reminiscent of last year where the wind was blowing in. And Paul freaked out and totally changed how he recruited. But in what year was that?
13, did you say, Chip?
2013. It's when we lost to UCLA 2-1 in the first game.
So that like 08 was for Les Miles like the line of demarcation. Like prior to 08 and prior to that, Les Miles was a wide open coach, like more wide open than Nick Saban ever was. And then after that, he was a different guy. So that Paul was the same way until that he went to the College World Series and we couldn't. The only home run we hit was a Mason Katz bomb in the left field bullpen. And we scored like 3 runs the entire time. So sorry.
Yeah.
I think
no, you guys. I mean,
they overcorrect. Correct. They overcorrected.
Yeah, they overcorrected. Les was just stubborn, but that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
Sure. Sorry to hijack you there. I mean, David. Sorry, I do that every time.
God damn it, Paul.
Because I was reading his chats.
Yeah, I know. I get how it works. I mean, what I meant with that is like, I think Jay is just elite at making the adjustments that he needs to make in season, and he can get a guy, who's struggling, and then all of a sudden he's, crushing the ball. But I mean, I do think it's worth noting like the first 8 games of the season too. It's not like this has been from game one, that they've had these struggles as well. Somebody asked me yesterday or Friday on Twitter. I think I said, no, it was yesterday because I put out a tweet that kind of got like blown up a little bit, but like I said, you had Evans to Guidry and then Moore to Sheeran. And I said that combination, those 2 1-2 punches can get you off to a lot of 2-0 starts this year, like with how elite they've been. And somebody asked and said, yeah, but when like can they hit elite pitching? I said, I'm starting to think that they're better at hitting elite pitching than what they've been seeing. Like, it's almost like it's just like with just a bunch of like midweek, stuff, where we've seen this, I talked about this the other day. Why do they struggle with midweek pitching or not midweek, but low velocity pitching? Yeah. It's like, because they never see it. They just never see it. Yep. Like, even when they scrimmage, the guys they're facing on their own team, like, bottom out at 90, 91. So when you're seeing guys throwing 87, 88, more curveballs in the 60 mile an hours that we've seen a couple times since Tuesday, it's just, they're just not used to it, so come SEC time, it's, when it'll ramp up, I really don't have a concern like that it's going to get going.
That's such an excellent point.
Yeah, I think this team is built more for SEC play than anything else. Like you're not going to go into these games matched up with bats that are sped. They're built to hit against hard sinking curves that can be controlled and fastballs that are running up over 90 miles an hour. So like David said, when you get a pitcher who's standing on a mound and he's struggling to touch 88, you're moving fast. You're seeing things differently. You in the box are seeing things a little bit quicker than what you're accustomed to, because for 6 months you've been seeing William Schmidt, you've been seeing Devin Sheeran, you've been seeing Cooper Moore, you've been seeing Kason Evans, you've been seeing Gavin Guidry, and guess who these teams don't have?
Yeah,
they don't even have a JD Primo.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But then at some point you got to make adjustments, though, too.
True.
You do.
True.
You
Four
do.
straight games.
But I'll tell you, and this is what I think happened today, and why Paul. I said Paul. God damn it.
You pulled
why
the
Jay
Daniel there.
You pulled the Daniel there.
did.
Right.
We're all.
Paul is Paul is definitely on everybody's brains right now.
Dave.
Yeah.
10 extra points in that game, 77-0.
What I think Jay was so extra upset about today, his extended talk with the team, or as they described it to us, animated talk with the team, was that, and this is, I know this just going back to like my days of playing, when you'd see, a bad team that didn't have, I'm not comparing this to like college pitching, I'm talking about high school, but when you see guys that throw in the 80s, and then you'd see a bad team that can barely break glass with a fastball, what happens is, like, when you're trying to adjust and then you get impatient and then you're just trying to hit anything you can. And that's exactly what we have seen, especially today. They had 5 times today an LSU hitter saw at least 6 pitches. And that is not Jay's philosophy at all. His whole philosophy is being patiently aggressive. And that's why I've heard this for years, the frustration people get with them taking strikes, like they'll watch one down the middle. Well, it's Jay's philosophy. It's work the count. It's get the starter out. It's get into the bullpen. And that's 100%. I could almost tell you with certainty that's what he was frustrated with today. Because when you look up and you're in the 8th inning and the other guy's got 96 pitches, for Dartmouth, they're not sticking to the plan. And that's what he's talking about. They're not sticking and executing the plan that they laid out.
I think it's such an excellent point that you're saying they're not seeing the elite pitching that they're normally used to. And look, I'm the first to admit, you guys all know I'm not that much of a baseball guy at all, really. But, just how opposite it is from football. Like, the game has slowed down for Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow in his second year at LSU or Tyler Shuck this year with the Saints. And I would have never made the opposite comparison where the game is too slow right now, and that they're being impatient and not seeing the velocity, the speed of the game that they're used to at that SEC level. I think it's such an amazing, point that you brought up, because I wouldn't have ever thought of that. Not being real.
And I hear you on that, but it's 4 games in a row.
No, they do have to adjust. No. I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just telling you what's happening. But they absolutely have to adjust. He mentioned that. He talked about the extra work they were doing in the cages, hanging out. And then he mentioned tomorrow that, like, they're going to be there even earlier or more than what they would normally do during the day before a game. He said, I got to go figure it out and see exactly. He even mentioned, he's like, I need to go watch the whole game. He said, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to see. And you could just, his face was red. He was frustrated. So, now, like, when it's finally hit this point, you can understand, like, all right, a couple games in a row. But now, like you said, this is 4 games in a row. So now's the tipping point. Like, okay, like, should have got off the pot. Figure it out.
Can I go back to something real quick? We made the comparison earlier, how we're winning 3-2 and versus 15-12. And I asked this on in hour 1. Like, we're playing baseball, so what should our expectations of a score be? Like,
well, we said it going into the weekend. 30. What did you say? 35-0.
35-0, right? That was the expectation. So, like if we're being realistic about it, like, you're not going to see too many games where you're getting double digits. Now, do we want more than 2 runs against Dartmouth? Yes. But let's change the logo on the opponent. If this was Mississippi State and you beat them 2-0 on a Sunday,
sure.
Do you feel better about that game?
Oh, 100%.
But it wasn't Mississippi State.
I honestly think that Jay would be just as upset, just in terms of.
No, I'm not even talking about Jay. Yeah, I'm not talking about Jay. I'm talking about us as fans. Just because, like, we're putting the unrealistic expectations. I'm not saying unrealistic. The expectation for us to go out there and put up 15 runs against lower level competition, it's early season baseball. Like,
I will say you lost on Wednesday, though. You lost on Wednesday, and then you come out and I know you won 3 games, but you lost on Wednesday and you scored 5 runs. You had 13 hits, 13 or 14 hits over 3 games. So you come out after losing the game. To me, it shows me that this is a team that is still living off of their laurels from last year, that they are the defending national champions, and that but they're not doing it. I've seen this before. It doesn't matter what sport it is. It's hard to repeat. Why is it hard to repeat? Because it is hard to motivate, and other teams come at you at a different. You've got the target. You've got the belt. They're coming after you, and so McNeese gave you their A game. You lost. So what did we say on this program on Thursday? We wanted to see him come out and put a hobnail boot right in Dartmouth's mouth on Friday night, and they didn't. They're mentally weak right now to me, and we can talk about. And we can talk
to
about
your point, Dane.
Hold on. We can talk about low velocity all we want.
Yep.
But at some day you got to have some fucking pride, and you got to say this dude's a fucking knob, and I'm gonna hit the fucking ball, and I'm gonna make these bunch of fucking losers look like fucking losers. And if I'm coaching,
you're right.
Wait, hold on. If I'm coaching, I'm saying, look at these guys. These are a bunch of fucking Ivy League nerds, and here we are. We're LSU. We're the best fucking team in the country. Okay, and we beat them 5-2 and look like shit on Friday. And then I understand. Okay, we play Northeastern on Saturday, but then on Sunday you're going to come out and do the same shit again. Like, have some pride in your performance. Like, that's it. And piggybacking off of what David said, stick to the plan. Like, you're not. This shows me this team's not locked in. Like on the mound, it is this weekend. Thank God it was.
Thank God.
It would have been embarrassing. But as far as the position players, they're not locked in. They're mentally weak right now, and I will go out and say that. And I know that'll be something I'll get some pushback from the super fans from.
You should.
Like, not all 11-1s are equal. Not all 3-0 on a weekend is even. You just beat Dartmouth and Northeastern. Congratulations, but you looked like shit doing it. And if you'd have played any SEC team, you would have gotten swept. So that is something to be concerned about.
You proved that point because last year you lost to Omaha, and the very next game you came out and you run ruled them. And then on Monday,
that's what we wanted to see.
Right, and then on Monday you followed up that run rule game against Nichols, and you run ruled them too. And then you followed that up and you went 7. You beat Dallas Baptist 7-3, and then you put up 8 runs against Kansas State. Like, you doubled down, was like, you know what? Let me get my swag back. Every loss after the win following every loss last season ended up you putting up double-digit runs.
Yes.
I'm rolling through the schedule right now. There's only one time, it was Texas A&M, where you didn't do it. You lost to Texas A&M in game 1, and then you came back and you beat them 2-1, and that was in the doubleheader.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I watched a lot of baseball this week. You should be concerned because the number 1 team in the country should be ranked number 1, and that's UCLA, and they ran through a gauntlet this week and kicked everyone. So, yeah, it's concerning for sure.
Did they win all 3 games against Tennessee? Or who? No, it was a tournament. They played Tennessee.
Yeah, they played Mississippi State, Tennessee. I mean, they looked good doing it. I'll say that. They look like the number 1 team in the country. I don't think you look like
the number 1 team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
that's saying they lost to?
Not this weekend, though. That was prior to this weekend.
Chet, you say that though, but like Daniel just said, all 11-1s don't look the same.
That's true.
So
I can dismiss, like, the loss to McNeese doesn't bother me, like, because those Louisiana teams, they come in here and it's literally
a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're gonna get their A game. It's the response to the loss that pisses me
off.
That's
excellent point.
Yeah, and that's what they said with that loss. That sometimes it's better that they just lost that game instead of coming back and win by 1 because it may mask the issues that were, because you squeaked out that win. Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, Jay was furious today. I mean, you could see it. He not snapped at reporters after, but he was it was just different. Like, and I know like this is only my second time being in there, but like
So I was gonna
watched
say,
all
did you
of
ask
them.
a question when he was
I
living?
wanted to.
But he
I
was
just,
living,
like,
so you didn't
Do it
do it.
next time, David.
I wouldn't have done it.
no,
if he
I was
living.
gonna try. I really was gonna try. I wanted to ask. Well, it wouldn't have been about like the hitting at like somebody mentioned one thing about hitting, and then he got his point across, and no one touched about everything else was about pitching. I was going to ask him about Dardar and just how like baseball, they say the ball has a way of finding you when you're struggling, or like you put like somebody in the game out of place, the ball's going to find them. It just always happens. He has an awful night on Friday, 2 errors, doesn't play the field yesterday, and then the first 2 innings today, he had 4 balls hit at him, and he made all the plays. So I just wanted to, ask him about that and just say, about how he bouncing back and reset and getting back on track.
Yeah. Anything else on LSU baseball?
Yeah. How many people in the press conference reported?
It was a lot.
Friday was only like 5 of us. Today was probably more like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, today was more crowded.
Oh yeah.
Next topic I have tonight is Zombie. I'm throwing it to you.
I knew something was coming.
LSU beach volleyball. How'd they do?
They went the Sandy Tigs, as they're called. They went.
Is that a hashtag?
Yeah, Sandy Tigs. Beach volleyball. Wait, I have it right here because I'm the.
Is it Sandy Tiggs or Tigs?
Tiggs?
Tigs?
Tigs?
Zombie, I didn't know you were the LSU beach volleyball correspondent.
Zombie covers all women's sports.
All women's. All
He's
women's.
an equal opportunity.
They had a tournament this weekend. They went 5-1. They lost to Washington. So they had a good weekend. 5-1. Lost to Washington. Yeah.
Now, what was the score?
I don't
no
have the
beaches in
score,
Washington.
but I will tell you that Ryan Lambert,
Right.
Ryan Lambert and Bella Lagman. Now Bella's a redshirt freshman. Ryan is a true freshman. They had a very good set this weekend. They're really into it and doing their thing. Not saying mid-season form yet, but they're doing well. So 5-1 on the weekend. I don't have in front of me who they're up against next, but yeah. So,
well, I'm sure you can reach out to the director of operations, and she can tell you who they've got next. Anything you want to tell us about the director of operations?
I deleted her photo from my phone. So there's no.
Why would you delete her photo from your phone?
Because there's no incriminating evidence.
On that note, let's anything women's basketball played today. You want to get that out the way too?
We got that out of the way. They won 72-63. They took out Mississippi State. They finished the season 12-4 in conference play. Fittingly enough, they're a 4 seed in the upcoming tournament. They have a first 2 rounds. They have a bye, so they'll take on the second game at 1:30 on Friday. Their opponent, of course, is to be determined, but
they're paired up with South Carolina then.
Yeah, I was about to say that they're the 4. Then they're in the same bracket with Carolina. Oh my God, who's the 2 and the 3?
Texas
has got to be one.
And, what was
Kentucky or Vandy?
No, Kentucky's behind it. Kentucky's like 7th.
So Michaela had her 3rd consecutive double-double, season high, 26 points. What I said, Michaela? 15 rebounds. You want to ask me about where I'm going to be on what day was that, Daniel? The Purple and Gold
April 10th.
scrimmage, April 10th, Friday, April 10th. David, we can get press credentials. You can hold my hand and get me through the whole process there. Women's basketball, they have not basketball, volleyball. They have a tournament exhibition on March 28th, and then they're hosting the Purple and Gold scrimmage on Friday night, April 10th. So I'm looking for
Vanderbilt is the 2 seed for women's basketball.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Texas
is the 3. Yeah, Texas is the 3.
Nice call.
Yeah, listen, Chip confirmed it on that. He knew Kentucky. He says he hates women's basketball, but he knew Kentucky was below us. But I knew it was
Kentucky's
either Vandy
actually
or
9.
Kentucky.
Kentucky's actually 9. Ole Miss is 7.
There you go. All right, so let me round out my Lady Tiger sports right here. Does anyone want to tell me who has had 4 straight meets and scored a perfect 10 in women's gymnastics.
Somebody on the beam, right?
Well, she's done 4 on the beam, 1 on the vault, and 1 on the floor. She's had 6 perfect 10s this year, more than anyone else in gymnastics in the nation. Kylie.
It wasn't Livy Dunn because she was
no, she was. No, she was doing TikToks with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, she was, but she's not on the program.
No, I'm talking about right now.
She was
Colin Chio?
Keo, yep, 100%. She's had 7 perfect 10s in her career, 6 this season, 4 on the beam. 1
I do follow gymnastics because they're winners.
Yes, so she's killing it. So
speaking of, sorry.
Well, they took the tournament, round robin. Took first place. They beat number 3 Alabama. They beat Arizona, who was unranked, and number 17 UNC, where Bill Belichick's girlfriend is a gymnast for that team.
She's not actually a gymnast.
Thank you.
Not really a gymnast.
Yeah, I'm live. So
she is a competitive cheerleader, though.
That's that concludes my segment on Lady Tigers.
Thank you, Zombie Bob. That was excellent. And
excellent work there.
Shout out to all.
So I guess we got Sandy Tiggs. It's not Tiggs. You can't say Tiggs. Tiggs.
That's too close to something else.
I think it's the Tiggs.
Sandy Tiggs.
Especially for a beach volleyball, that's too close. That's too close to something else.
Yeah, Sandy Tits.
Sandy Tits.
You just thought of that? It's not the first time you said that. That's what popped in mind.
Right.
Yeah, that's why. I might not be credentialed like David, but I take this serious right here. I have my notes. All
right.
Names.
So, speaking of sports that we are winners at, Chip, how much of the LSU basketball game did you watch?
I think I watched one highlight of it. Nothing else. I refuse.
It was a highlight.
I listened to it.
We airballed a basket and fell into Noka's hand. He dunked it. That's the epitome of this team.
Yeah.
I think highly of John Brady as a play-by-play guy. On the radio, he's the play-by-play. Former LSU basketball coach John Brady is the play-by-play guy for LSU radio. Was driving somewhere on Saturday night, caught the end of it. I didn't even know the score. I could just tell by Brady's voice it wasn't close. Apathy has even set in for the color analyst.
That's sad, man.
And he's really good at it too.
And I mean, especially for somebody who was a former coach of the program, that is so sad that he has now become apathetic. But wait, we're gonna give this guy another year. Don't get me.
And as Chip said on what was that, Thursday, you said this is a winnable game this weekend, and I was like, it's always the winnable ones.
It's always the winnable ones
that we get blown out, not even close.
Offense in that SEC, it's pretty low too when it comes to the country.
83 points is what you gave up,
and that's where I'm going to push on our friends at the radio station here in Baton Rouge that retweeted the guy who said that Matt McMahon's a good coach. You're not a good coach if you can't get guys to do 2 things in college basketball. In college basketball, there's 2 things you need to do as a coach. You need to get your team to rebound, and you need to get your team and play defense. And we're dead last every single year in both those categories. And so you're not a good coach. I don't care how much of a nice guy you are. You're not a good coach if you can't get your basketball team to do those 2 things. And I understand you're going to go against teams that are bigger, more athletic than you, but so much about defense and so much about rebounding is effort. And you can coach up effort. Everybody plays hard on offense because everybody wants to go to the NBA. Everybody wants to go play overseas if they can't make the NBA or make the G League. So that's not hard to coach. So yes, we do have scorers that can score, but we've never, Chip, any season under McMahon, have we ever been good at rebounding? Have we ever been good at defense?
He's had a bunch of Achilles heels, but he hasn't been good at anything. Okay, some people will say he's a bad recruiter. The one McMahon will say he's a bad recruiter.
I doubt it.
then they'll say he's a great recruiter. That it's like either way, it's on the head coach. He's terrible. I don't care if he's a nice guy. It's at the point where it's absolutely embarrassing. The apathy is embarrassing. All of it is just. I can't even watch it. I watched every single game John Brady was there. Every single game. These things, like you said, let all 11-1s aren't the same. Same thing with John Brady. Took over a way worse situation where you had one scholarship player for 5 years. It was something insane. And he was able to get the best out of every team he had. Every single team he had.
Because they played defense and they rebounded.
They played defense and they rebounded.
Boring game, but they would take these offensive teams that would average 80 points and they'd hold them to 55. Now we might only score 51, but hey.
AP looks like you got a stat for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at the box score.
I could see your eyes.
Oh my God. So we all sitting up here are pretty intelligent guys, right? Tell me if this is a glaring difference. For the game, Oklahoma shot 38% from 3. Anybody want to take a guess what LSU shot for the game?
When it's 6 for 23?
Yeah, it was in the
Yes.
Yeah.
An amazing 26% from the three-point line. They gave up 13 second chance points while you had 16. And then they also had 13 points off of turnovers. Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, everything else was pretty even, except you couldn't do what you're supposed to do in basketball, which was shoot the ball. From the field, Oklahoma was 47.46%. You were 34. They shot a better three-point percentage than you shot from the entire floor.
That's wild.
You know, David, I wish you would have gone to the basketball game after the baseball game that day. Because I guarantee you, because for an experiment,
like David.
No,
right?
For an experiment to see how many people were covering the baseball game versus how many reporters were in the PMAC. Because, yeah, was there even 2? I tried to find pictures.
I was going to say for Oklahoma.
Well, that's not true.
Well, you remember the beginning of the year, though, when they were doing the like his first press conference of the year. I know there was only 2 there, so that tells you something, you know.
Yikes!
But there's
Nobody
no
wants
way
to cover this team.
You can't keep them. They're not keeping them. You can't keep them. It's not happening.
So,
He's
Daniel,
gone.
now that I got you here, I asked this to Chip, and I want your take on this as well. If it's not the guy from NC State, who I think it needs to be, who we're all hoping it is, who we should go all in after, where do we go?
You're screwed, because that is where it's true. There is no money, because they've done a poor job of running the finances at the athletic department, even though we know somebody who does that. But actually, he's complained about it, for the record. So for those of you who are listening who know who I'm talking about, I know he's complained about it. Like, for example, there was something on Droppings today about how poor LSU's finances are. The women's basketball program loses $4 million or loses $8 million a year. If you just made that 4, then you can afford a new basketball coach tomorrow. Then Chip, I see you smiling. I know you agree with me on that. Zombie, I know that's hitting your beat right in the heart there, and I know you want the women's basketball beat to
They have
stay
nice
strong.
Nice giveaways.
But
Do we have to give away T-shirts every game?
If you are a women's basketball season ticket holder, can you send me some shirts? Because I know you've got too many that you can't fit them all in your drawers at this point. Because
How many
every
home
time
games do they play?
if they've played 18 home games, they've given away 25 shirts.
That's ridiculous.
They've probably given away more than home games. Every game, they're all matching. I hate it when we're over here and we can't afford a new basketball coach. But to answer your question, there really is no – that's where there's a problem. That if Will Wade says yes, then the money's there. If it's not
Right.
Will Wade, it's the people who want Will Wade really want Will Wade. And so those people are willing to write checks. But if it's not Will Wade, then it is more likely to be somebody like a David Patrick than Matt McMahon next year.
And I said,
Please let the people know who David Patrick is.
David Patrick's the assistant coach. We'll have nothing but Australians on our team next year, which that'll be exciting. The co-eds at LSU will probably love that.
AP, we got dibs on shrimp on the Barbie merch. Okay, if it's David Patrick.
Facts,
Well done,
facts,
well done.
Facts.
amazing.
We'll serve Vegemite sandwiches.
Right.
Vegemite.
Like I always say,
Look. I want red stripes. Okay.
I got you.
We'll put red stripe. Hooray, us or something like. We'll change.
Wait,
we'll
isn't
tag
Red
it.
Stripe Jamaican?
No, red stripe is Australian. Well, no. Red stripe is Jamaican.
You're thinking of
Who was it?
Foster's.
Foster's. That's it. Foster's. That's it.
Foster's means beer,
Foster's
right?
means beer. That's it. Yes.
Have you ever
Yes.
drank a Foster's?
Yeah.
No.
That
Have
shit
you?
was disgusting.
Not willingly.
All right. Like it looks terrible.
Somebody made you do it?
You remember Moosehead beer, the Canadian?
Yes,
beer?
I remember Moosehead. I remember Moosehead beer.
I had a Moosehead. I
How
went
was
through a
it?
stage. Me and a roommate in college went through a stage where we wanted to try every beer. It was like when we had just turned 21. We're like, dude, we're gonna try this one because we could. It was like you could buy everything for the first time.
Right.
I may or may not have gotten a ticket for purchase on behalf of a minor.
I've never
Zombie.
heard that story.
Zombie, you don't know that story?
No.
I was the first one in my friend group that turned 21.
So you were buying for Chip.
No, it wasn't Chip. Chip's older than me. Well, okay, not my friend group. The people that I lived with at the time.
Okay.
And so we went to Winn-Dixie by campus. What is it? Surge Entertainment by Drew Brees.
Oh God.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, Zombie?
Yes.
No.
It's Surge Entertainment by Drew Brees. We'll have to have a Geaux Team outing there.
By
As
the
you
old-
know what?
by the old D'Angelo's.
Zombie doesn't know Baton Rouge.
I don't know about it.
Anyway,
I know where that
Geaux
really
Team
bad
meetup.
pizza place was. I know where the frozen hamburger store is, restaurant.
Yeah, we can't let the man
Anyway.
live down. Now I forgot what I was saying.
You're
Because he
buying
just
you're
threw
buying
my curveball.
Foster's.
might be.
You're
Might
buying a beer. You're
Oh,
buying
yeah,
a beer for your friend.
It was a Thursday before because I didn't have classes on Friday. It was the Thursday before Mardi Gras break. And so me and two of my roommates, we went to Cane's, and then the line was so long at Cane's that two of us went to Winn-Dixie to get beer while the third one was still in the car getting our Cane's. And so me and a friend that we ran into at the gas station that day, Zombie, on January 15th.
Oh, yeah.
So me and him
Under the
together,
program.
he was technically 19 at the time because he's one of our friend's younger brother. And so we go in and I grab a 6-pack or whatever. And he's like, I don't feel like drinking a whole lot because we got a whole big weekend ahead of us. He's like, I do want to try a Heineken. Just get me the Heineken keg can. And so I get literally a Heineken keg can for this man. And we check out.
You mean
We're
underage minor?
Yes, we're walking
Right.
to
Young man.
We're walking to the third friend's truck who is now parked up front. And apparently I handed him the bag. And I swear it was like they swerved in on us like straight out of a movie. I don't know where the cars came from. 21-year-old Daniel was completely oblivious and caught off guard. But all of a sudden, like these guys get out with these badges and just like, I don't even remember what they said. I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what did I just do wrong?
Same guy did it to everybody. It's the exact
Yes.
same. Because I was
It
young.
was literally a stakeout on the beer aisle in Winn-Dixie, and they radioed to somebody in the parking lot like, yeah, this guy's buying for this guy. And apparently, if I would have handed it to him in the truck, I wouldn't have been caught with anything.
You wouldn't have been caught.
But because I handed it to him, and I remember trying to argue, 21-year-old Daniel trying to argue with a police officer, like, it's mine. It's mine. He's like, my dumbass also bought using his card because he owed me. So I was caught red-handed.
Right.
Had to take a
It was
class.
the same guy
Yeah.
on college and on college is he also would because I looked really young and I was 21 sophomore year, very beginning. And that same guy would do the same shit to me, and I would always be like, dude, this is your third. I literally cussed him out this third time. I was like, this is the third fucking time he does. And then he got us at a football game, and I'm like, dude, you have done this to me 4 fucking times. And I dropped Critter's aunt because Critter's aunt was Mary Landrew. I was like, if you keep fucking doing, I was a stupid kid. I was like, I swear to fucking God, like I almost killed him.
So that happened to me on a Thursday.
Then he taught me a class when I got my same guy.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
The guy who gave me the ticket on Thursday in Baton Rouge, like we spent the entire weekend in New Orleans. We had a hotel room, what Zombie Bob does now. We were living it then. And literally me, same roommate, we're walking down Bourbon Street. I go, oh my God, there's that fucking cop. And he takes off running. Because
can't do anything.
Yeah, we've got like hand grenades in our hands.
All right.
And so our friend Carson just takes off running because he's carrying and he's 19. I'm drunk at this point. I go up to him. I go, hey, you remember me? He goes, you do look familiar. I'm like, you busted me on Thursday, you asshole. He goes, you got a drink in your hand. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking 21. Fuck you. And I walked away.
I cussed him out big time.
It's amazing that you were hammered and you still remember that.
I can see his face leaning up against the pole. I don't know what intersection it was, but it was an intersection on Bourbon. I mean, I guess it was towards where Tropical Isle was because Rocky from St. Rose was
he served the underage guy too?
No, he served me. I bought for everybody.
Okay.
No, we did the same thing 3 days later, but it was on Bourbon Street. You can get away with it.
Right.
But that asshole was trying to bust us again.
But wait, he's what's his jurisdiction?
What is it? Chip, alcohol, tobacco?
He's ATF?
Yeah, one of those.
When we would
ABC? I don't know. One of those.
Yeah, ABC.
One of the alphabets.
So he's the same guy who had literally, I'm 24. He still pulls me over because I would look like I was 17 when I was 24. And I remember I took a class like 4 months later, and he's teaching the class to get your ABC license so you could sell.
Yes.
And I'm like, I was like, dude, I fucking hate this dude. I can't get away from him.
I remember taking that class and the guy just bragging about how many people he arrested and like how many bars he's shut down. I'm like, dude, you're a douchebag.
Right? I can still see things.
I just want to put this on the record. This is how garbage the men's basketball team that we were able to spend more time talking about getting popped for alcohol. And
that's a good point.
I was telling David before we started, like, I understand Chip's lack of, or your frustration with Hunt Palmer not living up to his potential, as you said it. But at the end of the day, how do you do a weekly podcast on this basketball program? You say the same. I feel like I've said the same shit every week for the last the whole year and years before this.
My beef is 2 years ago. They were like, "Man, Matt McMahon's not really that good." They would say that on the radio, and then they just stopped talking.
And now they're trying to.
They don't mention it at all. Like, it's an objective failure. It's a point that when they mention Matt McMahon, they always have to add the caveat of, but he's such a good guy. I don't care about that. You're paying him to win games, and your job is to report to us as to why he should maintain his job when he is not winning games.
The good guy.
They're not doing it.
It's a psyop. I don't care.
Yeah, it's and like Chip said, they were calling it out. They would call out Will Wade winning bad.
Yes.
Like it would be an entire topic. Yeah, he won the game, but the offensive struggles that were very apparent. It doesn't seem as if, though, he's an X's and O's guy, and maybe he needs to bring somebody in that can handle the offense or get the defense together, but they really buy, like, you spent time breaking down the basketball games even on the positive side. But now, here we are literally 2 years, because the first 2 years they were highlighting it, but now for 2 consecutive seasons, it's just been, if we mention it, it's a cliff note of a show, And but Matt McMahon's such a good guy. It's unfortunate the injuries that he's had. And this player, even though he started the season, quit on him. And we're in SEC and the conference is very deep. All you had to be was 14.
That's great.
Yeah.
Right.
David, as a member of the established media now, would you like a chance to say anything about LSU basketball?
To defend your compadres, your cohorts? Your peers?
No, good.
All
right.
No,
Touche.
I don't want to talk about him either.
No, I hear you. Daniel, I'm gonna my phone's blown up a little bit. Daniel knows that I have to place a produce order before the end of this evening. So I'm gonna say good night to you, gentlemen. Love you, appreciate you.
Well, we hit everything, so I mean,
yeah. No, I'm not trying to say that y'all got to get out. It's not my sandbox right now. But
that was the last topic I had. So.
Okay, but I gotta talk to a guy about a whole bunch of cabbage. So both literal and figurative.
So wait, I just have one quick question, Zombie.
Sure.
I got pushback from my people that I ordered 0 cabbages, but it is
You're the upper deck.
Yeah, it's no cabbages whatsoever.
Correct.
Because
But
there's
you can
somebody
go-
who's ridden in the past who's like, no, you can have cabbages. You just gotta.
Y'all are not talking about what I thought y'all were talking about.
Oh, no, they're talking about St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I know.
So I just need on
it's
record from Zombie Bob that cabbages are not allowed on the upper deck. Period. Is that a Zombie Bob rule? Which I'm okay with.
Let me find mine. I've ordered 12 sacks for Julie and I. So if your person on the upper deck feels compelled, they can come down and throw some of mine.
Yeah.
That
might work out with what we were talking about earlier.
Okay, special dispensation to do so. But you like to push the envelope more than I do. So like if I was on the upper deck.
No. I want to throw oranges.
I understand that. And I'll tell you the number later.
You're going to look like Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
He was freaking humming that shit,
Think about
man.
it. AP, think about it. Of all the fruit, which one could you throw the furthest?
An orange.
Yeah.
An orange.
Because they're
Absolutely
good
an orange.
size.
They're good size, good firm.
Yes. And
It feels like a bigger baseball, but not as big as a cabbage ball.
Right.
Yeah, kumquats are like too small. You can't throw a kumquat.
That's so random.
Is this a full Geaux
Team.
Is this a full Geaux Team float or what? What time are we showing up?
Yeah, actually, I don't know the float number yet. So, we have Metairie Road, which is first Saturday. We're gonna. Well, it's a week. It's the 14th. Saturday the 14th. We're walking. I'm walking with friends in the Irish Channel St. Patrick's Day Parade. My single, everything that I do. My single favorite day of the year is the Irish Channel St. Patrick's Day Parade, and then Sunday the 15th, the Ides of March. Daniel and his group of characters that he has working in his employ. And then I have friends in town from New York and North Carolina that are walking with me in the Irish Channel that are riding with us on Metairie Road. So once we get because actually I think we're live streaming that, right?
Yes. So do y'all want Zombie Bob to wear the camera on his person, on his head, on his chest?
On his chest.
I want him to wear AP's glasses.
I do like
we could do that. We could get you some glasses.
I like a real life eyes view.
Good. No, I wear prescription glasses. I wouldn't be able to see. I can't see shit with my contacts.
What do they call
so much
porn? Where it
so
looks
much
like
I'm thinking about getting LASIK surgery because I can't see shit with my contacts.
Wait, hold on, Chip. What did you say?
what do you call the type of porn that that you watch when you're?
That's what I thought I heard.
Was it VR? Yeah, VR. Like VR porn, like it makes you feel like you're there. So you need something to make you feel like you're actually in the parade.
Do we have to include that to like? Do we have to go there to stress that point?
Here's the disclaimer.
A little bit of I thought when you were talking about cabbage, you were talking about like blood.
I got one too.
I didn't.
Thank you, David. Thank you. No, I actually have. Actually, the number is a whole lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. The amount of money purchased. Yeah. So wait, I'll do a quick one. Let's see.
Do you have to pay that today? When do I need to pay you by? Is the question.
Well, you and I can settle.
Thank you, Muse. Thank you, Muse. Thank you, Muse.
I gotta.
Just let me know.
We'll talk tomorrow. I gotta. I got to get the order in, and then I got to Venmo him a big number. He said a number right there, a big number. So, and then we'll settle up and all. But we'll be on Metairie Road. We'll be in the Irish Channel this weekend. Julie and I are in Gretna and the Irish Italian Parade there, weather permitting. And then on the 22nd, we're on Veterans Boulevard with Rocky from St. Rose and the Broccoli Boys Produce Company. So, so I'm going to say goodnight, gentlemen. Peace out.
Well, that's all I got. So if it now is
we're all good?
Yeah.
Everybody's going too.
Yeah,
because I got a long day tomorrow with Zombie knows what I'm dealing with tomorrow, and he's loving it. Tuesday night we'll be back, but I won't be able to stream from this room because Zombie's favorite sister-in-law is staying with me for a couple nights. And
I just want Daniel to stop ducking me like I'm the plague. It's like he just realized I'm black or something.
Can I insert the Black Plague joke right there? We'll give you dibs on that.
But wait, AP, weren't you supposed to come to Baton Rouge on Friday though?
Yeah. So what happened was my son ended up having practice, and
so you ducked
he
me
had
on
to.
Friday.
No, that's why I was trying to call you. You never called back.
On Friday, you didn't call me.
No, I didn't get a chance to call you. That's why I called you Saturday, and I told you
I just assumed you went long with Zombie Bob on.
I mean, David, think of how I feel.
Because I figured it was Zombie Bob's fault on.
David, what's the opposite of a speed
Friday
date
for keeping you for 4 hours?
AP and I had a 4-hour lunch date, right? I thought we had a connection. I thought we were building something special, and then I find out just now that those two were supposed to hook up.
You stole
Friday night.
You stole
it. No. He was leaving me to go booty call in Baton Rouge.
that wasn't
booty call. In Baton Rouge.
So I want y'all to all know this. We all planned this. Like we knew. I knew that I was having lunch with Zombie Bob, and Daniel knew that once I finished with lunch with Zombie Bob, I was coming up to Baton Rouge to bring my son up there, and I was gonna meet up with Daniel after T-ball practice, and then come back home.
David, 4 hours.
And
I'm telling this man stories that Julie's like, you fucking kidding me? You told AP that story? I'm like, peanut butter in Nutella, baby. He knows that story. And she's like,
peanut butter and Nutella.
In 4 hours. And I told you earlier, like, did we just become best friends? Not once that he said, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to see your brother tonight.
I did tell you that because we talked about y'all having the meeting earlier in the week. And then when we talked about the business part for like 30 minutes, I told you, I was supposed to talk to Daniel about it when I went up there, but I'm not because my son's got practice, so I'm not able to make it up there. And it was my son who got out of practice who called me and pulled me out of lunch.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wasn't ducking you, Daniel. I was not ducking you.
No big deal. But you guys have a good night.
Yeah, exactly, Chip. David.
Oh, now you want to dip, Chip?
David's going to be like, look, are we really talking baseball this time? Next time you want me to come on? Or is this family drama, inside joke, comedy hour that I've had a long weekend?
I have a good time. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, always a pleasure.
Right.
Daniel, hit that outro music.
I couldn't hear it on the way in.
Unbelievable.
Can you hear it?
There it is. Yeah, we can hear it. I hear it.
But I don't want to get.
I couldn't hear the outro on my way in.
I've already been to copyright school for YouTube, so I don't want to play it for
Tuesday, Thursday, guys. Tune in. Go Team.
Yeah. Like
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Noah Tingle on timeouts and tangents. Aha.